And Max was making us listen to Moby all day. Moby. Hang on, they gave me one of these headsets. Hey, are we on the internet?
Yes!
Tonight, the Mighty Nine meet with the Bright Queen, encounter a Scourger, and hear a tale about temples. We're gonna break it all down with Taliesin and Liam.
Let's go.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck.
How long's it been up there?
Do we have a ladder?
I could give you a boost. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. You like that sound, don't you, Taliesin?
Dude.
This episode, believe it or not, is sponsored, first of all, by our good friends and supporters at the Rook and the Raven, makers of fine quality tabletop gaming journals and more. Available right now for a very limited time. You can get their new Rook and Raven campaign planner with cover design by fantasy artist Leisha Hannigan. I know who that is. Also, new to their store, I do.
Me too.
Leisha follows me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like a smart person. Like a smart person.
Poor person.
Along with thousands and thousands of Lebanese bots. Also, what's
Is that
that?
how you pronounce that?
I'm not
A
sure.
lot of Lebanese followers.
I'm not sure. How do they say it in French?
I'm gonna say,
Lesbanese.
yeah, that's
Lesbanese.
There you are.
Ooh, I speak Lesbanese. Also new to their store is the large format 14 by 11 inch disc-bound campaign atlas, and the new Tomes of Legends and Lore, which features oversized.
Say it.
Now, Max, does that say discs?
Yes.
Oversized discs and dividers to let you archive and organize up to 300 fucking pages from your mischief and misadventure diaries and planners. Now, I've said it before, I will say it again. I use one of these in my home campaign. So do some of my players, because the folks were generous enough to send a box for everyone here at the company, and I took all of them and told my players I bought them for them.
Well, that's where they went.
I've heard about your discs.
You've heard about my oversized discs?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them slipped the other night.
Yeah.
You can find all this and more at our landing page, which is
Solid.
rookandtheraven.com
Slip right in.
/ Critical Role, and enjoy a special 15% discount on your order. Now in California, that'll cover half the tax. rooktheraven.com / Critical Role. I want to make sure the product is shown.
That was almost an ampersand.
I also don't want to knock anyone out with my coif of hair.
It's pretty coffee.
We have announcements too.
Oh, wow.
I was really eager to get to the stats because I forgot the stats last week until
Right.
the end of the episode. I know you guys watched it. This weekend, you're so tan, dude.
Am I?
Yeah, you were out in the sun on vacation, weren't
It's
you?
true.
You
I
were out
can't
there.
tell. Our monitor makes us all look like tomatoes.
I know,
but
I'm like, this is
it's
red.
true. Taliesin, at least on our monitor, looks like a grape tomato.
I feel like the kid who ate the wrong gum at the like Wonka factory right now. This is like
Oh. Yeah, what was that kid's name, Steve?
Bill?
It was Bill. Yep.
head.
Really
you-
hurts me that
This weekend.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Major Magnum PI vibes from you.
Oh,
Major
thank
Magnum
you.
PI vibes.
Thank you. Should I have shaved everything but the stash?
Well, I think of this as like a reboot.
Okay.
Right.
This is my Dr. Gonzo shirt too. You know, very good luck crit roll closet. Just kidding. It's all same as last week. This weekend is San Diego Comic-Con. If you're heading to San Diego this weekend, catch our Talks Machina panel at 4 p.m. on Saturday, July 20th in room 6BCF. Guys, this is pretty crazy. next week, in place of Talks Machina, we're going to air that panel in case you missed it. Because we fucking love you. And then it's going to be on YouTube the following Thursday. How cool is that? That's awesome. Do you know what else is cool? It's even cooler.
I don't know.
Ranch.
Ashley Johnson will be joining us for the
What?
panel.
Shit, that is
This
cool.
How the fuck did
Weekend.
that happen?
That happened because she's working on a little cartoon called Infinity Train.
I so thought you were going to say that they were doing some sort of like cartoon version of the tattoo show.
Oh God, fuck no! I
I
hope
thought that was
not.
like it was like what
No.
it was like a yeah.
No, you know in the second season her tattoos were glow in the dark.
Oh, I
that's a
assumed.
crazy plot.
For
line.
real?
It only took to the second season?
Yeah, well, the
they-
23 episodes a season, you're gonna run out of ideas pretty quick.
I was expecting blind spot babies. I was
Do
just
they
really hoping
still-
for it.
I'm sorry. Do they still talk about the tattoos in this 17th season?
It's still part of the show, but
Yeah.
it's not. I know, Max. I'm gonna get back to it. Jesus Christ, we're having a conversation.
This is about cast member Ashley
It's
Johnson.
still part of the show. However, the focus now is more on how good of an actor Ashley Johnson is.
Undeniable.
That's I mean, you can hold a show about that. That's fair.
She carries it.
Yeah.
She'll be with us this weekend for that panel, and also check out the Comic-Con schedule because she's doing an Infinity Train panel and signing too. If you guys are excited about that, it's on. I think the little short they did is on YouTube for Infinity Train, but it's a fucking amazing show. I can't wait for it to come out. No idea when it does. Stay out of my DMs. Let's see. Also, we're gonna have a sneak peek of issue number 2 of our second series of Vox Machina Origins Wolverine. Our comic book series.
That was
with Dark
that was a
Horse.
great joke. That
You
was a
liked
great
it?
joke. I did.
That was almost solid.
I really enjoyed that.
Is that Chris laughing back there? One of these nights. One of these nights. All right, let us now discuss episode 70 of Critical Role.
It took me like 20 minutes this morning, so I have no hope for you.
All right. Am I on my own?
Yeah.
All right. Causatum.
Causatum.
To make up for last week, tonight is all stats. I hope that's okay. We're going to start with stats. We're going to end with stats. Our first one is the journey from Rosh Hashanah to Bazozan and back took 8 days.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it, Danny?
Rosanna and Bazazan.
That's what I said. But why have an X if the other 2 Z's are pronounced Z's and then the X? I feel like Matt's just kind of messing
fantasy.
with us.
It's fantasy words. They don't have to. They don't follow the same rules.
Those aren't the kind of words I fantasize about. The Mighty Nine had the Moorbounders for a total of 27 days.
We kept those pets alive a long
It
time.
felt like longer than that to
Lasted
me.
longer than Professor Thaddeus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me
I
on that.
think the
But it
office
feels like it.
pool. I think the office pool was like two,
like it's like an
2
8-year-old
days on those
goldfish.
pets.
I miss Yannick already.
Oh.
Oh.
You knew him well.
Yeah.
Is that one of your other names?
You don't know.
I don't. I'm gonna find out. Hey, how was it playing the game from a New York bathroom?
Well, Grand Central Station is a big place. You can go unnoticed there for hours.
It's cool they let you into one of the lockers for that long.
There were
People leaving change. You're
I
like,
was-
no, really, I'm streaming.
No, I'm not here performing.
Camera there.
They're like, no, your German
No, I
accent
know,
is fantastic. I have to give you money.
Corner ranting.
So good.
Oh my God, Liam O'Brien?
Anyone call the cops when you yelled fireball?
have any TP?
I'm out over here.
That's my 3rd time streaming from that house, but there were a lot of people that I was sharing with, so I just didn't want people wandering in and out of the usual spot. I didn't want anyone wandering in and out of the usual spots, and it was I think my first time doing it for campaign 2 from this house, and that was the cat room in my house. That is where every cat bedded down for the night, got their food and water. It seemed fitting.
That's cool. I didn't know it was that special when I made fun of it.
The real Frumpkin shit in that room.
Really?
Yep.
Oh man. Does it still smell like it?
No,
What are you
there's
laughing at, Max?
That's all
You're a
empty
cat
now.
woman?
Max is a catwoman.
He's a crazy cat lady if I've ever fucking met one. I follow people like you on Tumblr. Were you done? I'm sorry.
I'm beyond done.
I missed this. Jesus, it's been a while.
Yeah, you've been here in a little bit. Welcome to hell.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been 26 days since Bo has last seen Dyron.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should have called, man.
Left a carrier pigeon, or
Supposed to call. You got to call.
you got a call. Are you getting over something?
Man. Oh yeah. I mean, like I have.
I mean, emotionally, not because your voice sounds weird.
Both, but yeah, no. I mean, like, you know, it's worth mentioning. I have been sick as fuck for 3 weeks.
Yeah, this thing has been
So
here a
yeah,
while.
this is like this was like the last 2 games I played, I was hallucinating. There's gonna be a few answers tonight that are gonna be I was hallucinating. So
Yeah, because the last few times I've seen you, you've had one of those
oh yeah,
surgical
I was wearing
masks
surgical
on that
masks
the,
anywhere
the
except
cops
on
wear
camera.
when they search me.
I really liked the Hello Kitty one.
Thank you.
So cute.
I feel like people will be like are like less intimidated by them if you put funny animals on them.
I know.
It would have been a safe assumption that you were just wearing those for aesthetic reasons, though.
Thank you. That's so nice. That is possible too, but yeah, no, there was a thing that came in through. I'm blaming, although there's several options because like 7 people got sick in various directions. It hit me for like 3 weeks.
And you had slept with all of them?
Most.
Yeah.
That's a baker's dozen, right? 7?
At least at some point.
That's a butcher's dozen.
A butcher's dozen. Thank you. Sorry, my dad was a baker.
7 sins, 7. Okay.
It's been 50 days since Caleb learned the teleportation circle to the Tide Peak Tower from Yossa Uranus. That's not a real person.
Sure.
50 days. It's crazy.
Time is elastic in the land of Dungeons and Dragons.
It's been 1 week since
It's a pretty limited thing, and it was, and the one place I knew to go, I didn't want to go. So, meh.
Taliesin, let's see the socks, please, before we
They're
continue.
not that, I mean, like I'm actually my sock game is gonna get
That's
is gonna get updated pretty soon.
Yes.
Yeah, you got some new.
I got some stuff coming in.
Oh yeah. That's
I haven't
Those are
updated.
cute.
These are almost at the end of their life now.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean you're supposed to throw away socks eventually, or at least like compost them.
That is true.
Compost them.
If there's nothing bad in them, you can garden with them.
Really?
You can do all sorts
Mine
of
are
things
made
with
of
socks.
fiberglass. And finally, our last stat comes from all the way to us from America's Hat. Steve, something I learned today. How do you pronounce Captain Crunch in French Canada?
It's Captain Cron.
Oh no.
Google it. Go to walmart.ca and type in Captain Crunch and look at the box cover. If only we weren't on blackout in Quebec, they could do the same. But unfortunately, the show no longer airs there. Taliesin,
I like very mad.
I like Captain Crunch.
With Captain Crunch.
Crunch, yeah.
oh boy,
Like
Taliesin.
Crunch?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
doesn't?
Bianca Schiavo has a question for you.
Sure.
Speaking of French people, listening to that lore drop from Caduceus'
Yeah.
background was a complete joy.
Thank you. I've been sitting on that for so
You're welcome.
long.
On behalf of Bianca. Considering you came up with this character in a week, did you have this idea planned in your mind, or was it a collaboration with Matt that brought this backstory to life?
I don't think I had it together when I think I had like a vague notion of something when I first started putting them together, but it took me a little while to like crystallize it, and then no, it was I mean, like, honestly, it was mostly inspired by some random thing I think I read in a issue of Sandman or some such. I'm gonna blame Sandman for this one.
Curse you,
I
Sandman.
know, just so many good ideas.
Sandman.
I'm always interested in the dissonance between D&D reality and like real reality, like, and for things like Percy was such a good example of you can't really have an atheist in D&D because then you just have a moron. I mean,
yeah, because if everyone around him is
like
getting all
literally,
this
there's
stuff
like
from
there's
deities.
like summoning light bulbs,
Miracles.
like
Constant miracles.
lightning bolts down, and you're like, no, that's bullshit. And you're like, I mean, at that point, you're a
he's
joke
Leslie
character.
Nielsen, the GIF, you know,
Yeah.
nothing to see here.
No, everything's fine. Nothing, like, I mean, it's either a gimmick character. I mean, like, I could see some fun ways to gimmick it, but it's a gimmick. Like, it's not really a thing. So the best you can have is
It's not authentic.
the best you can have is somebody like Percy who's just like, well, they do exist. I just don't like any of them.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about like burial and like how you deal with dead people in D&D, and had an interesting idea of kind of how you would have set that up, especially if you had only recently created a god of death, a goddess of death, and like. So I was like, well, let's get that ball rolling.
Yeah.
And it was like the three most traditional forms of burial are cremation, burial, and air burial. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to make one of each. And he's going to be in the burial, and then somewhere there's a crematorium, and somewhere there's an air burial. There's an air altar.
What's an air burial?
Thank you.
An air burial is in certain places where it is more convenient to just leave the body out and let the animals pick it apart. That's how you get rid of dead people. There's a bunch of different ways to get rid of dead people. One of the traditional ways is especially in deserts, because you can't really bury people in deserts, and you have no wood, so you have a place that you leave people, and then like in about a week they're gone.
What if someone is recently dead, like within the last hour?
Sure.
And they have a uniform on that's sort of similar to the makeup and the material of like a parking enforcement person?
Okay.
How long?
Where are you going
I
with
mean,
this?
how much polyester are we talking about?
One thing I like about long-running campaigns, which we're well into our second one together, is you make up you have your ideas that you make at inception, and you did all yours in a week. But then as the longer you go, you also start filling in backwards. So you start out with a premise, and even like I felt like I thought about Caleb a lot, but all along the way I'm like, oh, and I'll send little notes to Matt going like this. They're like this. Astrid was like that, etc. It just kind of occurs to you over time. It's fun.
And you do fill it in constantly, and I love. This is exactly the sort of like weird lore I enjoy building. So it was like, let me, and the way I framed it for Matt is this is what he knows. Whether or not it's true or not is up to you. But this is how he tells it, and change whatever you need. And he made like a couple little changes to it, but it was pretty thin.
That's cool.
That's his truth, as they say on the Bachelorette.
Well, I mean, like, and it's like any story. It's mythology. So and considering this D&D, the mythology might just be literally correct. But maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Crash.
It's a cool jacket.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
That's a cool
I
jacket.
remember where I got it. Hey everybody, Hades Town's fucking best. Go listen to
Only
Hades
for
Town.
the music's
Oh
on
my gosh.
Spotify.
Hey, my friend's in that show.
Really?
Reeve Carney.
Who's he playing?
He's a dodgy, skinny-looking dude like me.
He was amazing.
Yeah, he's good, right?
He was phenomenal.
He's a great singer.
Who does he play in
He's
this?
also
He plays
Penny Dreadful. You guys should watch that show.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he was quite phenomenal.
Wait a minute, you're friends with Reeve Carney? That's like the coolest person that you could be friends with.
I'm friends with Max.
I maintain my statement. I love you, Max.
I'm excited you have friend
Tell
Carney.
him Logic you said that.
We got to get to.
Tell him Logic you said that.
Come at me, Logic, Reeve Carney.
Bring the rap battle.
Bring the rap battle between those two. I'm in.
Sorry, I was really into Penny Dreadful.
It's hilarious. Penny Dreadful is great. I have to finish it. I tend to watch stuff after some wine. Liam,
Yeah.
this person's screen name is Analyze Greg.
Wait, what did you say?
Say it again.
Analyze Gray.
You said
Annalise?
exactly what it sounded like.
It sounded like Analyze Greg. Were you worried?
Annalise.
I was worried too. Caleb's spoken to himself in Zemnian before, but this is the first time we hear him do so at length. Is the lack of placeholder words like etc. because he's channeling Bren, or because he's speaking in Zemnian instead of a second
You dropped the accent too when you were speaking Zemnian, didn't you?
I like the idea of, since I don't speak German fluently, but I want to have my D&D character speak German fluently, that he doesn't hear himself in an accent when he's speaking his first language, so I drop it because he just
I like
sounds
that.
normal to himself.
How do you say Captain Crunch in German?
Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch.
How would John Malkovich say Captain Crunch in the film Rounders?
Captain Crunch.
There you go. Pretty close, right? Oh, is that the worst accent in cinema history?
Slash
Oh.
best.
There's that Britney Spears unauthorized biography on Lifetime that's pretty spectacular.
Oh no.
Oh, I highly recommend a delve.
I'm going now.
This is what
I'm going to put it on the
Whitney Moore did
iPad.
this to me a couple days ago. Just watch the trailer. It's amazing.
Okay, it's on what
you.
now?
Lifetime.
Okay.
Give me my monies.
Pee that me and his nanny. And then I bet he'd improv the Oreo thing. You know, how he was like fetishizing Oreos the whole movie.
I'm gonna make this character all about Oreo cookies.
You should just peel them apart slowly.
Yeah.
I can watch it on Tumblr. Taliesin, Chim3Chio says, is constantly having to be in the primary voice of reason beginning to wear on Caduceus due to being surrounded by the paranoia and secrecy of the group, or is it simply a case of tensions being high under these circumstances?
That's not the thing wearing on him, I'll say, but because he likes being the voice of reason. He's comfortable there. He doesn't like losing people, and he doesn't like. He's worried about a few people, and he doesn't like bad risks. But yeah, he's definitely having a rough time of it right now.
Yeah.
But it's not because he's frustrated with everybody else. He's, if anything, like, I think he was just feeling sad for everybody. Like, I don't think it's really dawned on him just how broken these people are. He's kind of starting to realize that he is in some really rough company. I don't think he's been aware enough to. I don't think he's aware of any speakable content that can be found on the screen.
I don't agree with that voice.
She sounded so prude about it too. She was being angry.
She is fed up with your bullshit.
Yeah, was that Marisha? Was that my mom?
Ooh. Does Marisha sound like your mom? I don't know.
No, she's just mean to me like my
dangerous
mom.
Oh, that's fair. But yeah, no, that would be my answer to that, without giving away too much. Is no, it's like halfway to Vegas, and you're like, why did no one tell me that everyone in this car is breaking up on this trip? It's like kind of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of those trips to Vegas.
Can we get the dog cam right now?
Yeah,
Oh,
hit,
yeah,
hit us
dog
with
cam.
Check him.
Oh,
man.
Look at that, buddy.
He likes to sleep by candlelight.
I missed
Carpe Canis.
I missed you.
He's very sleepy.
Did you miss me?
He's saying yes in his dreams.
If you missed me, don't move a muscle. I knew it.
Always counting him. Always counting him.
Puppy.
Dove of the North, Liam. What was going through your mind when Matt mentioned that a female scourger had been captured?
Well,
How convinced or worried were you / Caleb that it was Astrid?
After the game, I sent Matt a text saying, I knew it was an Astrid, but still you had me like, and then I sent a picture of a little kid chasing a dollar on a string.
Yep.
Like I had to, I just had to, and I'm like, there's no way this is gonna be Astrid when I'm sitting in a urinal in Grand Central Station. It's just not the time for it, but still was unable to resist.
Oh man.
that was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And some pretty cool Skype technology there, Steve.
It was all Max.
Max?
It was all Zach.
Zach?
I'll take credit.
Okay. Taliesin. Adira stops Brian. I love every single one of you idiots. Except for you, Jerry. Is Jerry still here?
Not anymore, and now, wow.
Do not be mean to Jerry.
Caduceus relies a lot on honesty and calls himself an open book. So why is it that he outright refuses to answer simple questions such as, how many siblings do you have and how old are you?
Oh, that's easy. That's because Caduceus has a really intense 3-week-long cold that is gumming up his works and makes it very hard for him to get to his notes.
Oh, this is one of those, I was hallucinating.
And he was like, how many siblings do you have? I'm like, I can't operate my phone right now. I don't know. Lots. I don't know. Yeah, that was definitely the like, I think I'm running a fever. I don't know.
Yeah, people couldn't see under the table, but he had a 2-liter of NyQuil and a straw.
A silly straw too.
It was cute.
Yeah, try and keep it fun. No, I also my notes are poorly organized right now. So instead of knowing, like, I have my family listed in order instead of just like, so it's like mom, brother, sister, aunt, brother. Like, so like at the moment I'm like, it requires me to actually like stare at things for a second to go like, wait, okay. I should really fix that to make a better cheat sheet, but I have not done that.
Why don't you add it all into D&D Beyond?
I think I have. I don't know.
Yeah, you probably have.
They should have a sibling counter. Or you can just select how many siblings you
Let's
have.
Get Todd on the
Allies.
phone. Isn't Todd the current president of D&D Beyond until the election? Let's get Todd on the
now.
phone. Todd,
I'm not legally allowed to talk about that.
That's true.
can I talk to Todd on that headset?
This can't be a political ad. We can't make this a political ad. There's rules.
Okay. Liam, be a politician and dodge all this by answering this question from Dave Emery. What are Caleb's thoughts knowing that the Scourger has heard about you, Bren? Does he
Where
believe
is
this?
my Scourger? Sorry.
Does he believe this, or does he suspect?
Does he believe this, or does he
Rattle him.
suspect it's a trick to rattle him? How does this affect his sense of responsibility towards the group?
Yes, please.
I think he believes it because I mean he thinks that he's blown already here. He really believes that there are eyes in the dynasty and that word has probably gotten back. He's just kind of waiting for it, and he's not too Matt could flip it all upside down and pull the rug out from under me, but he also assumes that this person's going to die.
Yeah.
And we're in max security prison, and they're not going to be getting messages in and out. Now, again, Matt could just yank the rug. But the way Caleb sees it is like, this person's here, they're not going anywhere, they're going to kill her in 2 or 3 days. So even if he never has another conversation with her again, it's still, he's still the same kind of footing that he was the day before.
Man,
I suppose.
Yeah. You made a lot of very interesting choices thus far. I'm happy about it. I like all of them. I was defending you when you gave the Orb of Destiny to that illuminated woman. Her name's trademark, so I'm only allowed to say it a certain number of times.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do you know what's cool?
No.
Cosplay of the week.
Oh, that is cool.
Lord.
Woo! Cosplay of the week! Woo! Yay!
Where is my cosplay of the week?
Our winner for this week was sent in by Ren at Rapso Costumes, Wings by at Evenstar Cosplay, and photo by Affliction Media Productions. Oh, I love your shirts. At Affliction Photos. Let's take a look.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, wow. That's
Love it.
Man.
gorgeous.
So
Beauty.
beautiful. And those
man.
wings are freaking amazing.
Where do these people live? Like
Well,
you can't take that picture in Van Nuys,
That
know?
is
Well,
a panda
that is
enclosure.
true.
That is, I was actually about to say, I don't know, because I see palm trees and bamboo, so I think you can take it in Pasadena at the very
That
least.
could be at the Huntington Gardens.
That could be at
We
the
don't have
Huntington
green
Gardens.
in Van Nuys.
We have off green. We have go away green.
Go away green?
Go away green is the color green that Disneyland uses.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's a green that makes things disinteresting. You
Why-
can look it up. You can Google it.
Why
It's
would
the
they
thing.
use it?
It's for like gates and like fences when they don't want you to pay attention to something. They paint it this color called go away green.
That's about 32 stores, that color.
Is it? It might be. Anything they don't want you to look at. All the trash cans are go away green.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It'll fuck you up when you'll notice it now. It's gonna be weird.
Do they still check them every night to see if people are in one of those? Never mind. Tell us. Badass Assassin wants to know. What'd you say, Max? They do check the what?
The prize for
Fuck! Why does this keep happening?
I don't know, man.
What episode is this?
119, Brian.
Congrats to you, Ren. You have won this
boy.
Black Walnut Dice Vault from our friends at Wormwood Gaming. Now, the Black Walnut is one of the best smelling dice vaults. It says it on their website. God damn it. That is some good shit. Fuck. I mean, you each take a side.
Okay, no. I feel like
Each
if
of you
anything,
take a
I feel like
side.
we have to make up for the fact that you just like rubbed your nose all over this. Oh, actually, that is nice.
I mean,
Oh, God, that is.
sweet justice.
Crunch.
That's wormwoodgaming.com. Don't forget to watch Worm Life. All right. That's enough sniffing. You guys are making weird mustaches with those, and we want to keep it intact for the prize winner. Oh, wow. Boys, we're really giving Wormwood their money's worth tonight. And you, Ren, will be getting your money's worth of this. Taliesin.
Yeah.
Badass Assassin wants to know. Honestly, we've gotten through no questions tonight.
I know.
Badass Assassin has done a
Badass
lot of really
Assassin.
cool art, a lot of cool fan art. Yep.
Oh, congrats to you,
sure.
Badass Assassin. On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfying was that legend lore read? Were some of your hunches regarding it right?
I mean, in my defense, I was like wasted on Dayquil, so that made everything better. So it was. I mean, I have been kind of trying to wait for the opportune moment to like. There's. I will say, no matter how much I play and no matter how much we play the game together in the different groups I played with since high school, there is that moment in high school when you're like, I am going to talk and everyone's going to shut up for 10 minutes and it feels so good.
A little power move.
Everybody quiet. I
Yeah.
have something to say. And it was just
good.
Thank you.
It was lovely.
I had a lot of fun with it. It was deeply satisfying.
Do you feel the same way when you get to do lore dumps?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the lore dump.
I did not predict the way that I was going to lore dump the way I did, but when it did, it just felt cathartic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to go see this crazy place. I'm so excited.
I know you got to make the call there, really.
I got a theory.
You got a theory. Liam,
Yes.
Kate Dearth also has a theory.
Okay.
Instead, she sent in this question.
Oh.
Steve, shut up, dude. You never laugh at my jokes, and then when you do, it throws me off. It's the worst. For a character who has a history of having to lie/hide in order to survive, it's interesting to watch Caleb advocate for honesty and transparency. How much is he actually changing his ways, or were his arguments in this episode coming from wanting to take whatever route he sees as the best method of survival? Jesus Christ, Kate. I
Well,
love you, but it's just, you know,
The best method
lose a
of
sentence or two.
best method of survival would be to just leave, go live in Nicodranus. I think that his loose idea of his life was going to be that he would stay under the radar until he couldn't anymore. And he's not under the radar anymore. So he's learned enough, and he has solid enough allies, and he sort of realigned what he is potentially trying to achieve, but it doesn't involve secrecy for the most part anymore. The group more or less knows his deal. They don't know most of them don't know every nitty-gritty detail, but they mostly know. And it just makes more sense if he examines it mathematically. They already made a huge gamble in that throne room, and it seems silly to him to squander that, to throw it all away. It's a decent bet to move forward along that track, and to make that work, they have to all start coordinating and opening up with each other. He still has things that he wants to do. He has like pie in the sky goal, and really hard but more tangible and here on Earth. But it's still beyond them. I think in the last couple of episodes, after everything went south with the good old mouth nipples there in that tomb, he feels really like dunked on. Not him personally, but them. That he feels like they've been dunked on and really fucked up, and they need to, instead of trying to fast track or smooth talk their way into some position which he thinks is impossible, they just need to collaborate with their new partners in an effort to enact like the whole stop a war idea, which seems impossible. He doesn't think it's impossible, even if it is. And they need to be trustworthy to her and to their people if they're at some point going to convince them that there's a better way.
Yeah.
So there's no need to hide anymore, because there's probably people here who have recognized him, or if not him specifically, that he's a fucking Empire brat in the middle of the dynasty and sent word back, and somebody's put two and two together. So maybe I'm wrong about everything, but I'm moving forward assuming that Caleb's already blown.
Interesting.
I feel like it's a pragmatic approach to everything, really.
Why not just treat it that way, even if they don't know?
I agree. Taliesin. Fiction Raider 007. Caduceus mentioned that members of the families of stone, clay, and dust occasionally make pilgrimages to one another. Has he ever met anyone descended of stone or dust? If so, what did he make of them? And if not, what does he hope or fear they are like?
So he has not.
Okay.
And also, any member of his family that has ever made one of these pilgrimages has never come back.
What?
So, what?
Damn.
Huh? So there is a certain weird dissonance there. Of like, that's how it's supposed to work in theory. That's how it's supposed to work in theory, which is also why he doesn't know where these places are. Because he's never been there.
Did they
And he
know
doesn't-
they weren't coming back?
No.
It's not like the Eskimos, right? Who send their elderly
No, I mean, like the
out
idea
on a
was
raft
is
or
that you
whatever?
go there. Is like that you go there, like when you need something, or if there's a reason for them to communicate that they will, and which is why he was alone when they found him in the garden. Is everybody left to go find these places?
Has he ever left the cemetery?
Yeah, I mean he's gone to town.
Okay.
But like, I don't think he's ever traveled further than 20 miles away from. Like he's never been to the. That was his first trip into the Empire. Was with your group. He was planning on not really leaving.
Wow.
He was pretty content.
Don't take your bugs to town, son. Leave your bugs at home.
Yeah. I agree.
Good cut there.
Deep hole.
Would you say we know the most about Caleb so far, Danny? Who do you think we know the most about so
Jester.
far? Jester?
I think we know the most about Jester.
Oh, I feel like
feel
I
like
still
there's
don't know anything about Jester.
Really?
I feel like I barely know
I
anything.
feel like she's been an open book.
Yeah, I don't
Said as
trust
much.
it.
I also just don't think that there's a lot that Jester doesn't know about herself.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
we know everything there is that she can tell us. I feel like there's a lot of blank spaces in her life, but from what her perspective is, she's told everything that she has.
I think we know a
Interesting.
lot about Bo too.
No,
I
I
think
think
we do.
there's a lot we don't know about Bo. I think Bo's one of the ones we know the least about.
Marisha said she's the big bad when she was on Talks last.
true.
There's a
She's
lot
evil.
we don't know.
Ford is still holding back.
Ford's holding back. Well, I do think that we know at least like a good portion of his story, that he is still holding back a lot.
Well, we know a lot about Not.
We know.
we do
this
know a
and
lot
that.
about Not.
Yeah, because of the whole Yeezy thing.
And Clay kind of is an open book to
Yeah,
a certain degree.
it's just about- I feel
It's
like-
just a short book, but it's mostly pictures.
Yeah, I feel like with Clay, it's all about asking the right questions.
Yeah,
What's cool about that book is that the
it's a golden book.
corners of the pages are
Aw,
singed.
little golden book.
Yeah, 1 out of every 25 corners. Also, well, no, that's all.
This one's for both of you, from Chris Gatlin. Both Caduceus and Caleb were the voices of reason this episode,
Hell yeah.
each having their own reasons for tempering the Mighty Nine's habit of going off half-cocked. Now, you don't want to go off. What were each of your characters afraid of most when they saw their friends ready to act recklessly? Who is frustrating them the most? Now, they want you to answer this in character, but I want you to answer it. Who of the cast is frustrating you personally the most right now in life?
You.
In life?
Me?
You.
At the table, bruv, not under it.
Wow. I am not fast enough for you today. Jesus, what? Oh man.
You took the downers, I took
God.
the uppers.
Yeah, I know. Like, what is in your Ovaltine right now? Jesus.
That is Jameson's Irish whiskey.
Can we put that long question back up on the screen so I can see it?
No.
There it is.
I'm never irritated with players just because I am spoiled. Characters. I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, there's a couple people that Clay feels like are making bad calls or making selfish calls, and are displaying inappropriate weaknesses. So
Inappropriate weaknesses.
you can have a weakness of character so long as it doesn't threaten the others. There's
That's
a couple
what you mean.
people who are indulging in things that are going to hurt other people. So
Do you agree? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I do actually. I think that Caleb is aware that he and others are get wrapped up in their own things, but there's no one person that Caleb is frustrated by. I think that
That's fair.
he has things that he wants to do that are not in conflict with the group right now. Like, I think it's good for them all to stay together and to work together. They're stronger together. So he was afraid that as discouraged as he himself is after the debacle or losing Yasha and everything that happened down there, he said it seemed like people were really rocked by it, and it felt like almost like a negative flipped version of Vax in campaign 1 when he didn't know what he wanted and wanted to leave. Like, I think that Caleb was like, people are upset and things could break here, and we can't let it break, because we're all fuck-ups on our own, and no one's going to accomplish anything on their own, but together we're better than we are. So I need to pretend like I'm more put together than I feel to make sure that the group sees the worth in the group. And then returning to the beginning, there isn't anybody, like, he's also patient with everybody, because again, he thinks he's the worst. So like, if Knott's an alcoholic, or if Beauregard hates herself, or Ford is obviously struggling with something and is too scared to tell anybody, you know, everyone's got their shit. Like, again, I've said this before, who is he to judge? But even though we're all shit, we really do good things together. So he's trying to rise above his own despair.
Yeah.
And I feel like Caleb, this is me going off the question, I feel like Caleb can kind of feel a simulation of what he might have been like if he hadn't been ruined. And he can act like how he might have been if he hadn't been ruined. He is, and he knows that it's not real, and he still feels awful inside. But there's times where we do good things for somebody or make something good happen. He goes, oh, this is what I should have been, or could have. It's what I could have been.
Yep. That's really fascinating. I can tell you spend a lot of time thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool.
God, I got so tense, so fucking tense as soon as a Scourger showed up.
Yeah, I bet.
We've all said this, like, you wait. You set your little wind-up toy and give it to Matt, and he takes it off and alters it, and you just wait for it to come back with a little bomb.
Yep.
And walk up to you.
Yep.
Here you go.
Ding, 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 ding. Well, do you know what else is really cool? Free shit.
Free shit? Yeah. Is it fan art of the week?
Free, good-smelling shit. It's time for fan art of the week.
You kept fan art of the week.
Fan art of the week. Artad.
In a sweater.
You did not see that. You did not see that. Hey, this week's fan art winner. Can I get some headroom, Steve?
Whoa.
I always sit up this high. No, I don't. This week's fan art winner for Campaign 2, Episode 70 was sent in by a corgi. No, it's at corgi.
Corgi.
I thought it said corgi for a second. You know, they have the cutest butts.
It's quaggy.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Where is my corgi?
Whoa.
So cool.
Oh, that cat is high.
Yeah.
That cat is high on Faye.
Did you see this one, Liam?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it though.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
I like asking Liam that about the fan art, if he saw it.
You know, every once in a while somebody sees something moments before I do.
Yeah.
It happens.
That happens.
You're all up in that hashtag. That's beautiful art,
So
corgi.
pretty. I love the movement of it.
Congrats to you. You have won this Dice Vault smelled by the 3 sexiest people at Critical Role.
I haven't even touched that thing, so I don't understand how that's.
You can
accurate.
enter our weekly contest by visiting critroll.com/submit.
Whoa.
Rules for our contest are available at critroll.com. We couldn't get criticalrole.com? Who has it? The French?
It's those Lesbanese bots.
Hey, Liam,
Yes.
follow up that great joke with an answer to this question from Galactic Jonah.
Okay. Oh, Galactic Jonah, another artist in our midst.
Bada bing! Though Caleb walked off at first, he returned to the house. Holy shit, Henry.
Did he let one rip? Henry, what did you do?
My eyes are watering.
What did you do? He was dead still, and then he started moving around, and then went still again.
That's because he was trying to find out what happened. You're okay, big boys.
Put your farts over there.
You're okay. Though Caleb walked off at first, he returned to the house and even seemed desperate to be around the boys after his stressful encounter with the Scourger. Instead of isolating himself, is the presence of friends becoming something more healing to him?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying. I specifically wanted to have a drink with the boys then, because the girls go running off all the time. So I was like, let's have the first scene that is just the 3 male characters on the show.
That's true.
But man, as good as our new overlay for remote players is, it's still like, you're not looking at anybody. There's still a 1.5 delay where you're going, and that scene was just like, when you have a sweater and you're like, oh look, a thread. It's I'm gonna just pull it off and okay, hold on, I'm just gonna. And then you're naked.
Yep.
That's what that scene felt like.
Happened to me at Subway the other day.
On the subway or at Subway?
At Subway, even worse.
Yeah.
On the Subway, they're used to it. At Subway,
They saw
you get tased.
They saw your foot-long tuna.
They did. Oh. They did. I just had it installed. Tall. Oh boy.
That was the sound of Max running away.
That made Max drop his vape. That was that good of a
It
joke.
was probably better that way, though.
Yeah.
Tall. Tal. This question's made out to Tal.
Too many. Oh, well, that can be
It's from
anybody.
Jethro McCrazy.
Whoa, what a name.
One of my favorite artists. I don't know if you guys are hip to Jethro's shit yet. Cad said he didn't think the sword was for him, since only one active member of the 9 can use marital weapons. Does Cad think the sword is for Ford, or does he have someone else in mind?
I think he thinks it's for Ford.
I figured that.
He thinks that Ford needs. He thinks that Ford needs Sarah and Ray, so to speak. Ford is definitely his pet project right now because Ford's problems make sense to him, and they feel like a solvable problem, which he's in the mood for right now. Whereas Bo and Caleb and Not don't feel like solvable problems, and Jester is definitely not a solvable problem.
Oh.
Jester is not even like she's.
How do you solve a problem like?
Yeah,
Jester?
like she doesn't make the slightest bit of sense to him. He really enjoys it, but it's just like I don't even understand what's happening here. Whereas, this is in his wheelhouse, of like all you need is some destiny and some divine intervention, and that's what we do here.
Yeah.
So I got a broken sword and I got an anvil, and we're gonna go to a mountain, and you're gonna be great. And yeah, that's the way he thinks. So it's very much
Gotta get him to Burning Man.
Yeah, you need some Burning Man.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers need Burning Man. That should be their slogan. That should be their slogan.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers need Burning Man.
Get in touch with me, Burning Man folks. I'm available for. I could host like they do like karaoke out there?
They do.
Maybe you could host the Burning of the Man.
I could definitely do that. Although,
Well, you could have the roasting of the man before burning.
are there cops there?
Yeah, lots.
All right,
What is
Liam.
their, wait, hold up.
Yeah,
What's their apparel?
that depends.
Yeah, are they all in like officer? What was the guy's name that you had the crush on, Max, from Reno 911 with the shorts? Officer
man.
Dangle.
Yeah, I
do
was
they
gonna
dress
say,
like
do they
him
wear
out there?
booty shorts?
Some do, not all of them.
I mean, cops in booty shorts. It's hard to be really intimidated by them.
That's true.
Because at the end of the day, you're like, dog, do you wax or like what's going on there? You know?
There's really nothing like seeing a drug dog wearing tiny little booties.
Oh,
That's cute.
I know. You just
hear
can't
that,
get enough
Henry?
of that.
That's cute.
No, yeah, there's all
Unfortunately, that's
sorts
why
of
I keep
of
rap poison
apparel.
on me at all time. But those drug dogs.
Tiny booties. But yeah, they come in all shapes and sizes.
okay.
Drug dogs do?
Them too. Yeah.
Liam,
Yeah.
druid philosophy. Does Caleb regret revealing so much of his story to Essek? Does he fear that this will comprise Essek's willingness to teach him more dunamancy?
He said the same things he said in front of the entire throne room already.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay.
Nope.
If they know, then who cares?
He was there. There were many people there.
I appreciate that you're in for a penny, in for a pound here. Like, I really both as a player and as a character, I appreciate your commitment to Sparkle Motion.
I do too. You didn't let the others intimidate you,
No.
even though they tried. Laura gave you the stare. Travis gave you the, hey, Laura's giving you the stare.
What? With the basketball or?
Yeah, with the basketball. And
That was such a good call.
You held it down. You doubled down, and I think it was actually a good call. Because what the fuck else? So then you guys went to jail. And then what's gonna happen?
I was out that week, but I was at home cheering my fucking head off. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
was
you
like,
were
yeah.
also sick then too.
Yeah, that was a big.
Sick, Causatum.
I'm trying. Yeah, it's been a rough.
He's out there living life, you know. You get exposed to stuff out there.
You do.
Yeah.
At the docks.
That moment was so interesting to me too because like there were so many strong opinions about it, and for me it felt like the first like giving thing that Caleb did for the group. It was just like, what, we're gonna die. Don't let us all die.
Yeah.
But everybody and their brother in the cast, out of the cast, around the company had different, like wildly different opinions about it. D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just yeah, woo! Yeah.
I loved it.
I was ready for it.
I was like, man.
Neat.
Taliesin, Miss Sunflower 94.
Oh,
It's now been a year since we were introduced to Caduceus.
wow.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I guess technically it'll be a year next week because there was a week you weren't
Yeah, 'cause
on.
I had to take a week to figure my shit out.
So year of Earth time.
Yeah.
Yes, Year of Earth time.
A year of
I think
Earth
he's been with the
time.
Mighty
1
Nine
year,
for
Earth
longer
1.
than a year.
Yeah.
Earth
Okay.
1. How do you
It's been that long. I don't know. We'll find out.
How do you feel about the character? How do you feel the character has evolved since you first very quickly put him together?
I feel like I'm really enjoying him is what I will say first off, and I definitely made some. I haven't gone back to watch any of the early stuff yet, but I definitely know that I made some corrective notes as I was playing. He's been genuinely delightful. And not only because it's the easiest voice I could possibly think of to do, which was definitely part of it, was what is the voice I can do all the time that's going to feel okay even when I'm like not healthy.
He's so earthy.
Yeah, no, it's really
My favorite
great.
thing is hugging you when you do that voice.
I know, you get the vibrations.
Yeah, it's very
of the chest.
bassy and it
It's so
vibrates.
sweet.
It's so pleasant. It's just like, melt into this. It's nice.
I've never tried that.
Have you never
Do it.
tried that?
No.
It's
Okay,
so
come here.
lovely.
Let me try that.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
All right.
Oh wow, that right there. What about when you both wanted to say that's weird.
Okay.
Isn't it pleasant?
that shirt's really
nice.
soft.
Do you want to try it?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to try it? It's really
Come on in.
cool.
We're down the hug.
Steve? Oh, you have to use the camera. Damn.
Yeah, I know. This is like a whole thing.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, this is
Doing
such
all right, man.
You can end the show now.
Wait, there's one more really good question.
toxic masculinity at its finest. See, we're witnessing it
I can't
right in
believe that
front of
everybody
us.
took hugs that were meant for me.
This is so homophobic.
I got more.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
stop touching each other for a second and answer this
Never.
one last question. Wait, Danny, which one?
The last one.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't properly
No, I had
highlight it.
scrolled past it. My fault. This is also from Kate Dirth. Given her significant role in the last campaign, how was it for you, this is for both of you, to see the Raven Queen invoked as it related to Ducey's backstory?
Thank you.
How do you parse out your personal versus your character's feelings on the world's gods?
You can start.
For me, I just felt like a tourist. I was like, oh, I'm going to get to see this from a whole other angle where I don't have any stakes in it. And I know what it meant story-wise and character-wise for me in Campaign 1, but that's gone. That's something else. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see how he's
I'll say, and this is actually, and like just to tie it into the last question, this was one of those things that was really fun to build because it did give what I was a little worried at first with Clay that he was going to become a very one-trick pony, because I didn't want him to just become like hey man, hi, I didn't want him to become like a gag. Was once you go in and decide, not just because I love the idea that there's 3 more priests of the Raven Queen, where she was just like, fuck off. I like that she's just told everybody in this game to go fuck themselves at this point.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I liked the idea of creating a separation between what she did, like of giving a more defined term of who she was and what she did. And I like that Matt, either knowingly or unknowingly, was like, sure, this is great. You can completely decide that, like, the Raven Queen comes, she takes your soul, she brings it to wherever it is, but whatever's left over is not really, she'll do something with it, like her people will clean up if that's what you need. They will bust the table, so to speak. But that's not really what she's about.
Yeah.
She's not about that pomp and circumstance. She's about your experience. She's about the, wow, I'm about to get some weird. She's really about the experience of death for the person dying, not the experience of death for the people left behind.
Oh, I understand that.
She's not that deity. And kind of, made it clear with you back when we were in campaign 1. Her whole thing was, I'm the goddess of death, and this isn't about the rest of you, it's about him. The rest of you have to shut the fuck up. And I like that. I don't know if that really, no deity like that really, I can't think of anything like that in the real world. So I like the idea that we just bring Mother Nature in to be the one of like, oh no, okay, we're just gonna recycle all this shit. And so, okay, so like, why don't we just we got this stuff, so we're gonna do arts and crafts and we're gonna give everybody fruit baskets. And that's what it's like, it's Mother Nature making like craft baskets for her three favorite deities out of dead people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a good business.
I mean, like it's just kind of the notion of like giving that, putting that energy of how you deal with who's left behind and literally giving it to a completely different god. I really dug that. This is the shit I do for fun.
Yeah, right? This is the stuff you ruminate over.
Metaphysical bull twaddle.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
No, but do you have any rebuttal or?
I have no rebuttals, not at all. Gosh, death is such an interesting thing with so many facets to it. And that you're something you touched on. This is not about D&D at all, but like there's so much of our concept of death is the grieving process for the people around, how it affects everyone around them, and the ceremonies that happen, the funerals, the speeches that are given.
The Raven Queen ain't none of that.
No. And then like you tear all that away and just focus on the moment of passing and what that is for the person who's going through it. There's so much there.
Yeah, I mean, like it really struck me at the time, and I'd been thinking about it for months. It's just such one of those interesting things that can only exist in a world like this.
Yeah.
Of this very specific need, and how, I mean, it's both like very brilliant and clever and cruel and all sorts of, it's a lot.
But so is death, right? Brilliant, clever, cruel, all those things, like when
I see where you're trying to go here, yeah.
Yeah, there's this kid, Jeff Williams, who used to bully me, and one time I heard that he got hit by a bus.
Is this the one wearing the uniform that you're worried about?
No, that was the parking guy earlier up front.
Oh, I just thought
Yeah. But that wheelbarrow you heard in the alley a minute ago when Liam was answering the question was my cousin Ricky came in to pick that guy up.
Oh,
but
good boy.
Jeff Williams. So anyway, I heard he got hit by a bus, and my first thought was happiness. But then I asked how bad it was, because I wanted to know if I should get really happy or if I should like start trying to hide the happiness.
Jump the shark.
Yeah. Turns out he didn't get hit by a bus. This was this other kid, Matt, who I didn't really know. I didn't feel bad for him either because I didn't know him. But I did wish that Jeff had gotten hit by the bus and died.
This whole time I thought you were feeling bad for the bus.
Oh no, those buses are strong. Man.
I was not on the same level as you.
I mean, like,
I was on a whole...
they could have taken out a whole squad of kids. Is that what they call a group of kids, a squad? Because they always go squad goals,
I thought it was a field trip. No, never mind. Okay, carry on.
Field trip? No, that's when you go to the
trip
local dump and you know. If your teacher's brother's the owner of the.
Still too many meds to be funny. Oh,
You got it.
oh God.
Allison. Well, gang.
Too many antibiotics in my system right now.
Some people have to go to Comic-Con tonight and tomorrow morning, so we have to get the fuck out of here. Hey, Chris Lockey, are you going down to Comic-Con, buddy?
Just to poke shit in the woods?
You're blocking the camera.
That's called a cameo.
With a camera. It's a camera. He's blocking a camera with a camera.
I guess if you're gonna block a camera, the best thing to block it with is another camera. Or the beautiful bald head of one at Chris Lockey. That's all the time we have for tonight. I would like to thank Liam, Taliesin, Steve, Max, Danny, Old Greg, New Greg, Zach, Chris. Did I get everybody in the room?
Henry.
Oh, Henry, yeah.
And viewers like you.
And viewers like you, Tim. Episode 61 is this Thursday. Don't forget to love each other. What did I say?
61.
It says 61 on the teleprompter, Max.
Only
you guys
if
see that?
Only if you pronounce 7
But do you see how
6.
wildly he moves it? Don't
Forget.
forget to love each other. Stay turned. Don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Creepy ain't a crime.
Oh my God.
Neither is D&D.
In most states.
This
48
episode was
states.
brought to you by the letter A.